Yes, Walter Smith has become Gordon Strachan's worst nightmare. Celtic have lost all 4 Old Firm matches since the Rangers manager returned for his second spell at the helm. Strachan needs to break Smith's spell tonight here at Celtic Park badly. The big match is live and exclusive here on Setanta Sports 1. The top of the Clydesdale Bank Premier League tells you how much Celtic need to win this season's third Old Firm showdown. If they do, Rangers' lead is reduced to a single point and Celtic could be top by Saturday night. If they lose, the defending champions will be 7 points adrift, having played 2 games more than the SPL leaders, and that could well be that. In fact, the bookies reckon that might already be the case. Rangers 10-1 on for the championship, and you can have 11-2 against Celtic. But the Celtic fans are in good voice.
On the hoops.
Come on the hoops.
Their team hasn't beaten Rangers in the last 4 attempts, so they haven't even scored in those games either. 7 hours against Rangers without having found the net. Can they get it right tonight? Gordon Strachan 0, Walter Smith 4 is not an Old Firm scoreline to bring a smile to the face of the Celtic manager. If Rangers make it 5 in a row tonight, for the first time since the 60s, it won't just end the remote prospect of a Celtic title comeback and end their chances of keeping this in the Celtic trophy room. It could end Strachan's employment here at Celtic Park. On the face of it, that would be a drastic reaction to one trophyless season. But Strachan, never a universal Mr. Popular with fans, could find himself without much backing to carry on. 2 Old Firm title winners with me in the studio, Craig Burley and Terry Butcher. And Craig, it's a massive match for Celtic, a massive match for Gordon Strachan.
Well, it's quite simple. Celtic have to win. I mean, don't get any simpler than that, does it? And if that's not a big enough carrot to dangle in front of them, then I don't know what is. It's time for their bigger players to start performing. You know, they need the 2 strikers to be firing. Nakamura, very, very talented player, but has to do it on the big occasion, and this is a massive occasion for them. Games are running out. Robson and Hartley in midfield, no Brown for them. And again, will Rangers try and pinpoint the weaknesses at the back for them? McManus hasn't had a great season, and Caldwell for me is very much a weak point in there. So, you know, interesting game. Celtic have got it all to do, and as I say, I think that should be enough to inspire them, but Rangers have been in good form recently.
Terry, you've experienced the wonder of Walter Smith, the manager. He's got an amazing all-round Old Firm record, not just against Gordon Strachan.
Yeah, he's played 15 here, he's won 9, drawn 3, lost 3. I mean, those stats speak for themselves, and he knows what it takes. And the pressure's all on Celtic, there's no doubt about that. And you know, you say it's a must-win game, and it isn't really technically a must-win game. What happens if Celtic go 1-0 down? You know, what happens if something goes against them? Then all the game plan, all their preparation, you know, could go right out the window. So, you know, Rangers have what it takes in terms of going away to big games, especially in Europe this season, putting up that sort of 4-5-1 system, putting up the barrier in front of the back 4 and being very, very solid. And you know, Rangers are a team that are very, very hard to break down, and that'll be the game plan tonight. It's worked so well for Rangers this season. It definitely won't change tonight. And you're looking at his selection, the way that he set his stall out tonight, Walter in particular. He's got good pace, and he's got people that are desperate to score here.
Lots of live football coming your way, plus the Joe Calzaghe fight at the weekend from Las Vegas. Here's what you need to know if you haven't yet signed up with us. Subscribe online at setanta.com. Press the red button on your remote, or you can phone us on 08712 00 3322. Here's the information you're after. Here are the teams. Firstly, Celtic, same as Sunday. The 11 started, the 4-1 victory against Motherwell at Fir Park. Scott Brown, of course, is still suspended. So it's Artur Boruc in goal, Andreas Hinkle, Gary Caldwell, Steve McManus and Lee Naylor across the back. In midfield, Shinsuke Nakamura, Paul Hartley, Barry Robson and Aidan McGeady, the Clydesdale Bank Premier League Young Player of the Season. And up front, Jan Vennegoor of Hesseling and Scott McDonald, both back in among the goals at the weekend. As for Rangers, well, 6 changes from the team which beat Partick Thistle to reach the Scottish Cup semi-finals at the weekend. Out Smith, Burke, Kevin Thompson suspended. Naismith, Novo and Boyd are on the bench. In, Broadfoot, Papach, Davis, Ferguson, McCulloch and Darshville. So it's Alan McGregor in goals. Back four, Kirk Broadfoot, Carlos Cuellar, David Weir and Sasa Papach. Across the midfield, Stephen Whittaker, Barry Ferguson, Christian Daly, Stephen Davis and Lee McCulloch. Ferguson will play just in front of the other four, behind Jean-Claude Darshville. That's Rangers. Celtic have played only twice since losing the last Old Firm game, home and away to Motherwell in the SPL. They won well at Fir Park on Sunday, having lost here the previous weekend.
Good linking play here. It broke very well there for very good at Hesselink. McGeady beautifully in off the ball. Beautifully swept in there, and Vanagon of Hesselink is always dangerous in that area. He just slightly got underneath it though as it came in here, and again the danger coming from this man. That's a nice little ball inside. Here's McCormack. Fitzpatrick. Well, that's brilliantly saved, and it's in. Motherwell have scored. It was Lappin who put it in. Lappin comes forward, puts that in the back of the net, and Motherwell, who've had so very few chances in the game, get it on that break. Good work here as it put across. Excellent save. And then it was popped in very, very coolly. McCormack just taken away there again. A bad ball by McCormack. I think that's going to be... Oh, it's a red card. Bob Malcolm is sent off for that direct tackle. And Samaras is about to come on.
Substitution for Celtic to play off.
It's Scott McDonald who's coming off. Celtic supporters don't like this. Oh, he's having words with his manager. He's expressing his fury at coming off. Here's McGeady. Can he get it over? Nakamura can. Samaras puts it down, hooked away. Too many players up there. The goalkeeper's still there, would you believe? Just taken away. Celtic trying everything to do. The goalkeeper is still up there. And could this be the losing of the championship?
It's Nakamura with the delivery, and Smith got caught underneath the ball, and it's bundled over the line.
It's a really good ball in. It's Caldwell that goes in with the goalkeeper, and McManus follows up.
Hughes in the way that time, comes back out for Robson, and Hughes once more saw his industry rewarded, and now it could be 2 against 1. Here's Hughes, he's got McCormack back in the centre, chance for an equaliser, and it's a chance that has been taken by Ross McCormack. It's 1-1.
And it's this ball here from Hughes, it's a classic. Look at that, perfect. Waited, and it gives McCormack a chance, but there is that ball going wide. I don't even know it's going to hit the target.
Nakamura. McManus ghosting in behind Craig, and it's fallen instead for the right-footed effort from McDonald. And Celtic back in front.
Yeah, it's a great finish. Another ball in there from Nakamura. He takes it on the volley, and number 27 in the net.
Robson with the corner this time, and it's in for 3-1. Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink.
He gets up, and that is power, sheer power, no chance for Smith in goal.
Cregan can't get a foot in. It's a brilliant fourth goal. And Celtic are just having one of those days. Their golden touch has returned.
It's all about Robson getting in there, gives him the space. And what about that for a finish?
After tonight, here's what's left for Celtic. Just 5 games for them between now and the end of the season. Aberdeen are here, then it's the final Old Firm meeting of the season. Motherwell at Fir Park, Hibs at Easter Road, and then Dundee United at Tannadice for Celtic. They need to win the lot and hope for the best. Rangers have played 4 times since beating Celtic in the last Old Firm encounter at Ibrox. They've reached the semi-finals of both the Scottish Cup and the UEFA Cup. In their only league game in the last 2.5 weeks in pursuit of this, they came back 3 times to draw with Dundee United at Tannadice.
Flood takes it. Oh, Darren nearly, and it has been put in at last. And it's Christian Clovenez with the final touch.
It's a great ball in, but no one attacks at the central defence for Rangers. Unbelievable compared to how they have been doing this in the past this season. No one goes for it. There's no Quayla, there's no Weir, but there is Clovenez.
Ferguson's free kick. And David Weir! They've got their equaliser. David Weir with his first SPL goal for Rangers.
It's great timing of the run. He's up there with Dodds, and Dodds can't get there, but that's a great header.
Mark Kerr up towards Hunt, and now David Robertson into the path of Clovenez. The goal scorer looking at turn provider, and it's Dillon who's going to send this across, and Noel Hunt has put it in, and Dundee United are back in front.
Look just how clever is this ball from Dillon. He takes his time, he waits, and he just lobs over to the back post. Good ball in from Clovenez, but just watch the composure.
Rangers have got a job on their hands, but Nacho Novo's in. Can he equalise? Surely. Novo has done it. Rangers bounce back yet again. Nacho Novo.
Well, it's poor defending, so much to do for Novo, and so composed. And he knows the tackle's going to come from behind. He can feel that, but all he's caring about is getting past Zaluska and making the ball find the net. Typical from Nacho Novo.
Flood. And he slips it through to Sean Dillon. Robertson, Andrew, goal! Carlos Quayla tucks it into his own net. And this amazing game takes another twist.
Yeah, again, Dillon, edge perfect with the ball, not for his own player, but to make it really difficult for Carlos Quayla. And he's trying to hook this past the post, and he gets it completely wrong.
Mistake here is letting Chris Boyd. This is extraordinary. It's 3-3. Chris Boyd. Oh, he scores against Dundee United. A remarkable match.
Just look at the class here. In off the post. So cool, so calm. Absolute composure personified.
Rangers can only dream about days off between now and the end of the season. These league games already on the schedule, 2 to be found a place for the games at Motherwell and St Mirren. And add to that lot 2 legs of a UEFA Cup semi-final and of course the Scottish Cup semi-final against St Johnstone as well. They're going to be busy. But the Rangers fans have, well, the ultimate faith in their manager. What a job he's done in the last 15 months. Total turnaround, I think, is the phrase. In Walter we trust, not too surprisingly as well. So looking at those remaining fixtures, Celtic with a maximum of 5 games to play. For Rangers, it could be as many as 12 matches, Terry. Is that Celtic's big hope, if they can win this game and the next Old Firm game, that the heavy schedule might just begin to tell on Rangers?
Well, it's very simple for Celtic. They have to win every game. If they win every game, that does put Rangers under pressure. But you know, that's what they Celtic must take each match as it comes along, put pressure on Rangers, and the way the schedules are going, as you say, as you've already said, they could be ahead if they beat Rangers tonight and they win again at the weekend, and then they have to keep their pressure up, and they've failed to do that. And I'm sort of trying to cast my mind back to, you know, a good few years as to when it comes to head to head down to the last, right down to the wire, and Celtic, right, has Celtic done it before? You know, the last one I'm thinking about, 2005, possibly 2003.
I'm just disappointed you don't have those stats in your dossier.
One of the few I just had this thought. You know, when it comes to the head-to-head, have Celtic, you know, got that experience where they have gone over the line ahead of Rangers? Rangers have won on goal difference. They won on the last day of the season, obviously, when at Hibs, beating Hibs, and Motherwell beat Celtic. So, you know, Celtic haven't got that history.
98 happened as well.
Yeah,
when Rangers faltered right at the end, and Celtic went on and won it. But
Craig, the bookies don't often get it wrong, and
No,
Rangers are 10-1 on.
Well, you know, it's in their hands, and the bottom line is, if they put a performance on tonight, then they will be the champions, and that's why it's all up to Celtic to go and, you know, get the result. I'm just looking at Celtic. They keep relying on Vennegoor Hessling. I looked at a start last night, believe it or not. I didn't sit at the bar getting drunk as you would have thought I did. No midfielder for Celtic has scored in this calendar year. That's not good enough. That is not good enough from your Browns and your Hartleys, your McGeadys and your Nakamuras. You cannot rely on strikers all the time. And if they are going to win this championship, and if they are going to peg Rangers back, that is going to have to change.
What the point? Your reputation is in complete tatters after that revelation about stats. Can Gordon Strachan bounce back after 4 straight Celtic defeats in this famous fixture? Or will Walter Smith continue to hold the Old Firm upper hand? We'll hear from the two managers when we come back. It's not just another night at Celtic Park. Tonight's the night any doubts about the destination of the Scottish Championship could be wiped away. Then again, if Celtic can beat Rangers here twice in 11 days, might there still be an amazing title turnaround? Here comes part 1 of this latest Old Firm doubleheader. One last opportunity to give you this information. If you haven't yet subscribed to Setanta Sports, you can log on to setanta.com, press the red button on your remote, or phone 08712 003322. It's that Old Firm feeling. Your commentators tonight, Scott Booth and Ian Crocker.
Hello everyone. Well, Celtic must win the 2 remaining Old Firm games. What chance have they got in the title race?
Well, I don't know for sure, but I don't think they really have much chance. I think what it comes down to, having watched Celtic all season, we've got to question whether they've even got the consistency to see this one out very closely in the title race. And I think that tonight in particular, they, for me, have to score early in the game. If they don't, it just plays in the Rangers' hands. They can certainly come here and just see this one out tonight. If they don't do that, it's going to cause big problems for the home side, because we have seen this season from Celtic, if they don't score early, they can quite simply run out of ideas.
Well, let's have a look at the big names for this big game. Gordon Strachan is able to name the same side that turned over Motherwell on Sunday. Paul Hartley has shrugged off a knock, and just as well with Scott Brown suspended. Barry Robson, who started his career at Rangers, makes his first Old Firm start. Scott McDonald and Jan Vennegoor and Hesselink are looking for their first Old Firm goals. So too Shunsuke Nakamura. Some of these Celtic players are due a performance in the Glasgow derby. It's not a night to go missing.
Yeah, no surprise with Celtic's 4-4-2. No surprise either that the team is unchanged after victory over Motherwell. And for me, the last 2 Old Firm battles were won in the midfield area, and tonight it'll be no different. It's a match in which Nakamura and McGeady must free themselves of any shackles and deliver. Robson and Hartley can then play in unison with the ex-United man totally expectant of service as he arrives late in that box to support that 45-goal duo up front.
Rangers match winner in the last Old Firm game, Kevin Thompson, is, like his pal Scott Brown, suspended. Another pal from him, Stephen Whittaker, is in from the start. Loan signings, Stephen Davis and Christian Daly have made a huge impact. Alan McGregor is looking for a 5th consecutive clean sheet against Celtic. Some of these players were rested in the Cup on Sunday.
Yeah, Rangers will play their football from the roots of a 4-5-1 setup, and just like the home side, Rangers build their game plan on solid foundations, and the speed at which their back four and goalkeeper have gelled has been the catalyst for a fantastic season, with Daly and Davis anchored. That gives those around them plenty of licence in what is perceived an unadventurous formation. He hasn't played 90 minutes yet, but does he really have to? Darshall was able to concentrate a full shift into a shorter time frame, with the knowledge there's plenty of quality waiting in the wings.
It's the second of 3 Old Firm games in a month. Just as well, you can't get enough of this famous and fascinating fixture. A match unmatched, a rivalry unrivaled. Here they go again, up and at each other again. The oldest of old rivals, the Old Firm. Had a painkilling injection to play on once again through his ankle problem. Celtic will need a painkilling injection if they lose tonight. Ferguson's opposing captain, Stephen McManus, scored at both ends at Motherwell on Sunday in the space of 7 minutes. That was crazy, but not as crazy as an Old Firm game can be. Gordon Strachan needs to overcome his Glasgow bogeyman. Walter Smith has beaten him 4 times out of 4. Old Firm managers don't usually survive such records. Arthur Moritz, no doubt being loudly booed in a few Rangers pubs at this moment, was booked in the previous 2 Old Firm games this season. That's the way he is. Alan McGregor became the first Rangers keeper ever to keep 4 successive clean sheets against Celtic. He's had an outstanding season. This is a rarity in the SPL. It's the first Old Firm game to be played in the evening for over 8 years. Kenny Clark is in charge of his 13th and final Old Firm game. It's his last season. Celtic and Rangers share the city of Glasgow, geographically close, historically worlds apart. As games go, this is big, this is huge, this is massive. Rangers will go 7 points clear with 2 games in hand if they win. Surely there would be no way back for Celtic from there. Walter Smith has only lost 7 out of 38 Old Firm matches. A remarkable record. He's won his last 6. Coming second in Glasgow means coming last. Winning is everything, losing is nothing, and we've had a false start, but the real thing is upon us. Celtic and Rangers are at loggerheads again. It's win or bust for Celtic. Sasa Papat. Gary Caldwell is underneath that. Barry Robson charging into Christian Daly, who's less than impressed and reacts.
No, he's not impressed. Normally very calm, Christian Daly. He wasn't happy with this. You can see why. Barry Robson straight in there, and he does come across with his right elbow. And Christian Daly did not enjoy that.
Barry Robson signalling his intent against the club where he actually started his career. It's frantic, it's frenzied. And we've only had 50 seconds.
Well, that is a message, and I think from a Celtic point of view, they really have to try and start quickly. And for me, treat this like a European night and go at it for the first 20 minutes.
Lee McCulloch once again up against Andreas Hinkel. And they had a few battles the last time these two teams met, not so long ago. It's Barry Ferguson's 35th Old Firm game. McCulloch is his target. Closely watched by Hinkel and Caldwell. Cleared by Nakamura. McDonald, it's popped off his head, and now Stephen Davis for Stephen Whittaker. Carlos Cuellar. Up towards Darcheville. McManus in front of him. Darcheville has it though. And a corner.
Well, quite clearly, Walter Smith knew that Celtic's game plan would be to start quickly, and he's decided that's just what Rangers are going to do.
Safe to say Barry Ferguson is not getting much of a welcome in that corner. Ferguson's corner, and Christian Daly flicked it on after McCulloch had left it.
Quite interesting the way the Rangers players attack this one. McCulloch towards the front post area. The three bigger lads in behind, waiting for it.
Celtic have lost the last 4 Old Firm games without scoring. If they don't stop the rot tonight, the game is up, the race is over. Cuellar will get a free kick off Venegor of Hesselink.
I think the thing is that Celtic do need to score early in this one. Rangers don't actually need to score at all. They're quite happy with a 0-0 here. The difficulty for Celtic is that Rangers don't concede goals early. Only once so far in the SPL this season. Inside 20 minutes, and I think that Celtic will be looking for that. They'll be trying to get that goal, get themselves settled in. And also think as well, as far as a nerves point of view, having lost 4 times to Rangers recently, they want to settle themselves down.
Robson, his first Old Firm start. He was caught by McCulloch, but Kenny Clark happy to let Celtic get on with it. McDonald, McGeady. David Weir's clearance goes only to Paul Hartley. Hinkel having to track back. Venegor of Hesselink, his target. Closely watched by Cuellar. And Venegor of Hesselink felt he was fouled.
To the Darcheville there as well. He felt he was held back from Caldwell. A little look across at the referee. So we give and go there with McCulloch.
McGeady, promising touch. He had some joy against Broadfoot last time out. Tapach keeping an eye on Robson.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's why Walter Smith favoured Whittaker on that right-hand side, because it's virtually 2 right backs that McGeady's playing against, with Broadfoot in there as well.
Nakamura, who is due a decent Old Firm game. McGeady running away from Whittaker, now he's up against Broadfoot. Maybe McGeady looking to make it happen, but he might need some help. And Broadfoot has stepped in. Darcheville. Barry Ferguson is making a dart through the middle. Darcheville stumbles.
That will be a problem if you allow Darcheville to drop off and then get turned on you, as McManus did there. Will give you a problem all night. Maybe not quite for 90 minutes, but certainly 60 or 70 of them.
McGeady for McDonald. McGeady takes over again. Whittaker quickly upon it. And that will be a common theme for sure.
It's going to be one night though where McGeady will need help. You have to look at players like Nakamura to come in as well with great delivery, work rate, and attempt at least to get in behind Rangers.
Lee Naylor's long throw, Vinegar and Hesseling flicked it on. There wasn't much contact from Weir, but there was from McCulloch. Caldwell. Nakamura, Hinkle in close attendance, but it's intercepted by Stephen Davis. Darshfield chasing this, Paul Hartley going with him. Darshfield powerful, but Hartley having noted.
Well, that's just why Hartley's in there. He reads the situation very well.
Robson will get a free kick, will he? Yes, he will. Kenny Clark thought about playing the advantage. McCulloch was all over him. Celtic think they are playing the advantage, but they're not.
Rangers are so well drilled like this. As soon as someone like McCulloch breaks free and tries to press, the other one drops off in midfield and they become a solid four again. The back line are marshalling the troops, getting them pushed up.
Rangers do not have a great recent record here. They've only scored one goal in their last 5 visits to Celtic Park. That was Hugo Ekiot's winner last season. Vinegar and Hesseling helping that on to McGeady. Cut out by Quaylar, as so much has been this season. Naylor. Vinegar and Hesseling kept in check by Papac. McCulloch charges in and he will get a free kick off Big Yang.
Jan Finneroff-Hesseling trying to press high up the park, but he does catch McCulloch.
Celtic Park bristling with passion and plenty of it. Caldwell. Naylor. McGeady outside of him. And they will want him on the ball a lot. Ferguson intervening. McGeady very closely watched once again by Whittaker and Broadfoot. Wise move.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for McGeady tonight. Both those players have pace and strength and very used to defensive qualities.
Papac. He's found Whittaker and he's found Broadfoot. And there could be a Rangers raid. Then again. Naylor pings that to Nakamura. Hinkle. Nakamura and Vinegar Hesseling is onside. McGregor got a whack as he dealt with it, but that was a bit of a let-off for Rangers. McGregor's hurt. The Celtic fans raising the decibels inside this spectacular arena. They were a little bit unlucky in the last Old Firm game at Ibrox. Celtic controlled much of the first half before going behind.
Oh, it's a lovely ball. You can see Jan Finneroff-Hesseling beating the offside trap. But it's that point there. He hasn't got quick enough feet. He looks a bit sluggish, and it's his first touch. He's a mile off, really. And at this point, I think it's the free kick. Comes right across McGregor. That is a real chance, though. If the striker gets a touch on it, he gets turned, he'll get a strike, but I think he got that all wrong.
McGeady's away. Second chance, hint of handball. And McGeady unable to keep that in, it's a goal kick. It has come downstairs already.
Maybe just the ease at which McGeady's getting on the ball on that left-hand side, but as soon as he does get on the ball, the Celtic midfield have to do something in order to support him, because with 2 against 1, he's quite often going to run out of steam.
McDonald. McCulloch rose with Robson. Those two together again, as they were in the opening seconds. McGeady. A sense of anticipation amongst the Celtic fans whenever Aidan McGeady is on the ball, and no wonder after the season he's had. Celtic dominant in the early exchanges.
I don't think that really bothers Rangers too much, to be honest. There's been no real chances created as yet, just that one for Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink, which he didn't take.
Carlos Cuellar was virtually glued to Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. It's come off Hartley's chest.
I think part of the Rangers' game plan will be to frustrate Celtic, to allow them to come on to them and then maybe try and get them on the break, but certainly not initially. They don't have to. They'll try and stay solid, and they won't mind too much if the ball goes wide, as long as it doesn't come in with dangerous delivery.
Celtic have failed to score in their last 3 home games. They've never in their history gone 4 games without scoring here. Naylor. McGeady mugged by Broadfoot. It is absolutely must win for Celtic. They ran away from Hartley, and he caught McCulloch. Kenny Clark wants a word.
Well, it's a sort of night where there's no holding back from tackles. Unfortunately for Hartley, he was forced into that one. Poor ball from Naylor. I'm not quite sure where he's caught, but you can see the pain in his face, McCulloch.
The first yellow card on Derby Day in Glasgow. There'll probably be 1 or 2 more. In fact, we've done well to get to 14 minutes before we had one. Lee McCulloch in agony.
There's been a few balls already played by Celtic that have just not found their mark. I think they're a little bit anxious. They're trying to overdo it a little bit, the home side. On that occasion, Hartley followed through and just caught McCulloch on the right ankle, I think.
Plenty of attacking options on the bench for Rangers, if required. Boyd and Novo and Naismith and Kuzan.
As far as changes are concerned, Rangers certainly win that battle if they have to make them. From a forward-thinking point of view, got real options on the bench.
So Paul Hartley has to be wary, which is easier said than done in a game like this. There hasn't actually been a red card in the last 9 Old Firm encounters.
Maybe you're right, Ian, that will be problematic for him. Quite often he'll have to make that last-ditch tackle.
Well, that's Cuellar. It's actually a corner. Cuellar bemused and baffled.
No, he's not having that. We'll see if he's right. Chaperoning ball out. Oh, he certainly didn't touch it.
A corner for Celtic, a chance for Celtic. Nakamura takes it. Brushed off Papac. Here's Lee Naylor, ready to return it. Stephen McManus is still in there. It drops kindly for Christian Daly after Whittaker challenged McManus. McGeady away from Daly superbly. Good ball, I think.
You can see quite clearly how Rangers are overcompensating on their right-hand side. Because so far in the first 17 minutes, it's basically been 1 against 11 with McGeady down that left. I think that Celtic definitely need to change the point of attack.
Nakamura inviting. McCulloch had to sort it out. And it's another corner. And it's a good spell for Celtic, this.
It's a good spell. It's a decent ball in as well, but Rangers are physical and they only do have height.
It's Barry Robson then to whip it in. And it's met by Papac. He'll get the chance to do the same again, Robson. Nakamura wants a short one actually, but Robson hadn't noticed him, and Papac now has. Robson tries again, and is it going in? Papac has to knock it behind again after Caldwell had caused chaos.
Oh, it's a great ball and it's got real pace as well. Caldwell looking at the back post, and Whittaker just gets the header up in the air to anywhere.
Rangers on the rack, under the cosh, but can Celtic make one of these corners count? And it would count so very much. Once more Robson sends it in, and it's going to be yet another corner.
Very important spell for both sides now. Rangers need to try and keep this tight. Very difficult though when they're putting balls like that in Celtic. Great header away from Cuellar.
Can Rangers weather this Celtic storm? Another corner. Nakamura this time. Flicked away by McCulloch and helped on his way by Ferguson, and sighs of relief for Rangers as they finally dig it out.
That is why Rangers are so difficult to beat. Defensively, enormously strong. Cuellar, Weir, always putting their bodies on the line.
A bright and breezy start from Celtic. In a game they have to win to even have a chance of taking the title race further. Nakamura! His first Old Firm goal! And typically, it's a beauty! Celtic rise to the Old Firm occasion at last!
Well, what a marvellous finish this is. Great first touch, it gets it out from his feet, and look at the bend and the dip on that one. He's right through it, and just look how much that moves away from McGregor. He thinks it's going to his left, but look at it on the end. It's a fantastic strike, bang on the 20 minutes mark, and after all that pressure, it's paid off. Nakamura came inside a little bit, and that paid dividends.
Well, he was due a goal against Rangers, and he was due a performance against Rangers. He is delivering. Shunsuke Nakamura Celtic's dismal run of Glasgow derbies without scoring.
And that has been a difference in Nakamura of late, certainly in the Motherwell game. Comes inside a little bit, he doesn't hug the sideline anymore. He tries to get himself a little bit more involved, and boy did he get himself involved there.
McGeady chasing this, and Quaylar's given away another corner. And Celtic are pummeling their Glasgow rivals.
Oh, it's not often you say this, but Rangers are on the rack. Walter Smith in the stand. We've seen it all. It's been quite plain to see in the first 20 minutes. You can see there 6-1 corners to the home side. Pretty much sums up possession so far.
The goal scorer looking to turn provider. Nakamura's corner. And it's Melo who drilled it back in. And McDonald struggling with it. Never wonder, mind you.
Well, it's a first touch as well, because as soon as it gets out from under his feet, he doesn't have to think about it anymore. He has a wee look up, and then he gets his head down, and he gets right through the ball. Fantastic strike. And because he takes it so early, it gives McGregor no chance.
The man from Japan comes good on Derby Day in Glasgow, just when Celtic needed him to.
It's all very well for Rangers coming and sitting in a little bit. The game plan is not to lose a goal early on, and as I said earlier, they don't generally lose goals early in matches, the away side, but they have done tonight. It'll be interesting to see how that changes them. Do they open up a little bit more, or do they just wait?
David Weir takes it, aimed towards Lee McCulloch. It's won by McManus. Stephen Davis, McManus and Robson almost in each other's way. Here's Lee McCulloch. Lee Naylor cut across him. Scott McDonald handball. Handball. McCulloch. And Gary Caldwell's got the free kick off him.
I don't think Caldwell does anything wrong there. I think Caldwell's up far too early. He managed to get that one out of the referee for me. See how early he goes up. He's never going to be there in time for the ball arriving.
linesman was nearly bowled over then. John Gilmore.
Broadfoot, yeah, right in there. No hanging around, and the assistant referee a little bit wary.
Well, you would be, wouldn't you? Carlos Cuellar will need that. He's sent it straight back in the direction of McManus, who will let it go for the throw. Celtic found some form at just the right time at the weekend, trouncing Motherwell, but that was only their second win in 8 games. They have the lead against Rangers here, thanks to a special strike from a special player, Shunsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, we did say before the match that both Nakamura and McGeady were important, but maybe more so Nakamura, because over the last few matches he hasn't quite been in form, although McGeady's been trying his best to spark his side into life. But it's been the opposite on this occasion.
Naylor. Naylor again. Scott McDonald. That's yet another corner.
I think that's got to be the biggest worry for Walter Smith, is the time that the Celtic midfield are being afforded on the ball to pick out passes, whether they're going to go wide or more central into a striker. The Rangers midfield have to get closer. They've got a man over in there. It shouldn't be happening.
Celtic's 7th corner. And a standing ovation for the man who goes to take it. The goal scorer. Here it comes from Nakamura, and the commanding figure there was David Weir. Nakamura. He is giving Whittaker the run around, big time. Hartley. Rangers charge out. Hinkle, though, has skipped past Papach, and he's gone past McCulloch, but Papach has come back for more. Here is Hartley. There was a slight doubt with the leg strain. But there's no Scott Brown in there, they needed him. McDonald, Robson. McGeady was involved in this move too. That's a strong, forceful challenge from Cuellar.
That's a brilliant tackle. He times it so well, because if Robson gets past him, he's on his favoured left foot. Takes the whole of the ball.
Naylor's cross, away by McCulloch. McGeady. Ferguson. Closes in on McGeady too. Handball shot against Darshfield, although mostly from the fans. And Davis now is racing away, but there's nobody who's kept up until now. Here's Christian Daly, of all people. Trust him to keep up, one of the fittest players around despite his advancing years. Papach, Ferguson, Davis, and Papach had actually moved into the box. That was Whittaker. Robert Broadfoot lunging in, and he's got a yellow card.
They're both just going for it here. But Broadfoot, as you can see, nowhere near the ball really. It's not particularly dangerous because he keeps his foot out of it, it's more his shin. But he still catches McGeady.
Broadfoot joins Hartley in the book. Well, he'd love to be out there playing. Now part of Gordon Strachan's coaching staff. And he would have been in the face of every Celtic player in that dressing room before this game. Celtic are very much in Rangers' faces now. Scott McDonald. Christian Daly. Another reckless challenge. After McDonald had lost the ball.
Yeah, all stems from not being able to hold it up. Not for the first time in this match. Very important for the strikers. Also for Dashville, maybe even more so for him. To be able to just hold it in and allow his midfield up in support.
McGregor launching it towards McCulloch. Gary Colwell rises. Hinkle under pressure from Dashville. It's a Rangers throw. Papach goes short in the end and promptly gets it back from Davis. Papach in. It's away by Naylor. McGeady.
Oh, it's been a totally commanding half an hour, but you know what? Rangers are nowhere near out of this one.
Scott McDonald is lurking, but the free kick is going to go Rangers' way.
I think Celtic will know we've got a lot of work to do to get the 3 points here tonight.
Davis. The race for the English title continues at the weekend as Manchester United go to Blackburn, and we'll be there with them from 4 o'clock Saturday, Setanta Sports 1. Oh, Hartley with a mistake, which almost let in Whittaker. Whittaker. Nakamura for Hinkle. Carlos Cuellar always looked the favourite ahead of Venegor and Hesseling. Ferguson needs to rally Rangers. Papach. D'Archeville. Oh, that's loose. Terrible. McDonald pounces on it. And Robson and Venegor and Hesseling are in the box. McDonald tried to catch out McGregor at his near post.
I'm not sure what he's trying here. Is it a cross? Is it a shot? In the end, it didn't really matter. Skips in the channel, and from this point, you're thinking he could even cut it back to McGeady, but I think he's just going across goal as hard as he can, hoping that Jan Fedorov Hesseling can get there. Or is he being audacious? Maybe. I wouldn't put it past him.
Celtic's corner count increases. And Celtic score again. Barry Robson whips it in, and McGregor got something on it. It was very crowded in there. And Dashville's got a free kick off Hartley.
Those are killer deliveries from Barry Robson. Great to have Robson and Nakamura both in your side.
Free kick against McCulloch and in favour of Cornwall.
I think for all Celtic's possession, we've only really created a couple of chances. And could you even call Nakamura's goal a chance? Well, McCulloch getting a little ticking off against that left elbow. In similar fashion to Barry Robson's earlier on. I don't even know if you can call Nakamura's goal a chance. 25 yards out. Just a phenomenal strike.
Gordon Strachan needs to end his Walter Smith hoodoo. McDonald. Naylor. And McGregor having to step back. Alan McGregor kept 4 successive clean sheets against Celtic. First Rangers keeper to do that. And then along came Nakamura. Davis for Darshville. McCulloch takes over, free kick against McCulloch again, and for Hartley. And they're taking it quick. McGeady. Nakamura. And Barry Robson didn't see that coming. He swept the awards board last season in Scottish football. Been a bit quieter this season, was out for a time injured. I think a lot of football caught up with him. Rangers unbeaten in 27 domestic matches since the end of October. Celtic are challenging that unbeaten run, and they hope they'll still be challenging for the title. McGeady hurdling Broadfoot. High into the Glasgow sky by McManus. David Weir jostling with Vinegar Hesseling that time. Stephen Whittaker. Whittaker gets bogged down, and McGeady gets stuck in. Hartley. Ferguson waiting to pounce, but Celtic calm, composed, controlled. Robson for Caldwell.
I can see that Celtic have just passed the ball better than Rangers in this first half. But I don't think the away side will be too disillusioned, only 1 down, having not really started yet in this game. They will create chances, Rangers.
Stephen Davis now. Darshville. Celtic a little short on numbers at the moment. Darshville, though, that's him horribly wrong.
Yeah, and he's taken a little bit of stick from McCulloch and Davis, who'd made the long run there to support him. You can see just inside. But he's got that lone battle up front, and I think he feels that when he gets sight of goal, he's going to attempt it.
Lee Naylor is hurt. 5 minutes of the first half remaining. So some concern for Gordon Strachan, who will be particularly pleased with the way his team have gone around their business today. They look like a side who know they have to win. Walter Smith exchanging words with the legend that is Ali McCoist.
Well, it's not surprising that it took something as special as this to break down a fantastic Rangers defence. And that is really special. So much movement on it. Virtually impossible for McGregor to track it.
The sweetest of sweet strikes from Shinsuke Nakamura. Naylor looks like he'll be all right. Naylor waiting to return. Hesselink has been penalised. Naylor is allowed back on, but he's out of position at the moment. Barry Robson covering that area. Papac. Naylor now back in his usual slot. Quaylar. Whittaker. Casual from Quaylar. Rangers not getting much of a look in. Gary Caldwell, certainly one of Gordon Strachan's favourite players. Offside, you won't be surprised to hear. Scott McDonald.
Well, McDonald tries to bend his run, maybe not quite enough. Arguing the point.
Hartley. Naylor. Half-time fast approaching and Rangers need to regroup.
And this game does have a similarity to the 3-0 earlier in the season. The Rangers won. This time round up, Celtic that looked the more determined side, a team that wanted the most. I'm sure Walter Smith at half-time will have something to say about that.
The Giants of Glasgow slugging it out again. And there's another one to come a week on Sunday. A slip from Naylor has let in Whittaker. Darshville ahead of him. And now it is Jean-Claude Darshville! And McManus diverted it wide. He got an own goal at the weekend, and he must have thought there might have been another one there.
I just thought that Whittaker could have released this earlier. At that point there for Darshville, and then he waits, but then it opens up again. McManus caught the wrong side. For 1 second I thought it was going to be another own goal for McManus, like he scored against Motherwell. And that's the problem with Darshville. You can't leave him for a second. He's so mobile. I think he should have got a better shot off though.
Well, they're waiting for Darshville to get his boot back on. Rangers scored on the stroke of half-time in the last Old Firm game. Come on, get your boot on. Rangers take it anyway. And McCulloch. Quaylar with a foul on Nakamura. And the 45 minutes are almost up. Darshville was a world record attempt at the longest time to put a boot back on. It's going to be 1 minute added on in what has been, as usual, an absorbing first half between Glasgow and Scotland's big two.
You don't often say this about Gordon Strachan when it involves Walter Smith, but it's all gone to plan so far.
Nagidi, Benigora Hesselink, and McDonald, he's onside. Robson looking to maintain Celtic's interest in this move. Nakamura supporting. Hinkle, and there's a left foot.
Wasn't quite as good as the one that brought out that save from McGregor in the last match. In fact, nowhere near as good.
It is half-time. It's so fast and frantic in these games. You need someone who can pull something out of nothing, and Celtic had that someone in Shunsuke Nakamura. Out of the blue, against the Blues. This was moving. It was really moving. A spectacular strike from a man who was due to do that in an Old Firm game. Celtic desperate to win, and they have the lead. It's Celtic 1, Rangers 0.
A couple of changes right at the start of the second half. Nacho Novo will replace Kurt Broadfoot, who picked up a booking in the first half. Presumably Whittaker to right back, Novo right side of midfield. And Celtic will make an enforced change, with Lee Naylor having picked up a back injury in that first half, and Mark Wilson will replace him. But the Celtic fans, in good voice, their team are very much in charge of this third Old Firm match of the season. 1-0 up. Shunsuke Nakamura has scored the goal. Terry Butcher and Craig Burley with me in the studio. What do you make of that Rangers change, Terry?
Well, he can either play Novo up front with Darshfield, or Novo goes out to the right-hand side, Whittaker goes to right back, and the system doesn't change for Rangers. But it's when Walter does change the system. Perhaps he's going to change it now, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But he's got to make a change sooner rather than later, because at this moment Celtic are cruising to victory.
Interestingly, Rob, Rangers are out there, no Celtic yet. And I think from the Celtic point of view, and the Celtic fans, the Celtic manager, the players' mindset is that second goal. Because surely we're not going to see as poor a performance in the second half as we did in the first from Rangers. Darshfield was left on his own. Weir and Queller had lots of defending to do. McCulloch with a diagonal ball, didn't get that into play, and it was pretty poor from them. Celtic were by far the better side, but as I say, they need that second goal to kill the game off.
Yeah, Gordon Strachan knows well, 1-0 is a fragile advantage no matter how much of the game you have. That's the scoreline halfway through as Mark Wilson comes into the action as Lee Naylor's replacement. Back to our commentary team, Scott Booth and Ian Crocker.
Cheers, Rob. Well, Celtic fully deserving of their lead. Rangers squamped in that first half. But in Nacho Novo, they have a man who rather relishes these occasions. He scored twice against Celtic at Ibrox back in October. Celtic a goal to the good. "45 more minutes of Old Firm frenzy to come." Ferguson, sharp to get to that. Here's Nacho Novo. And it didn't take him too long to get involved.
And he is involved on that right-hand side and not up front alongside Darshfield. Certainly initially, he'll just stick out to that right flank and see how it goes.
Here's Hinkle. Daly popping it out.
That could be quite an interesting battle on the right for Rangers, with Novo against Wilson, who's not played that many games now for Celtic this season. You know how sharp Nacho Novo can be.
Mark Wilson has had an injury-stricken couple of years at Celtic. He did make a surprise start in the new camp, but hasn't figured too often this season. Lee Naylor suffered that back injury in the first half, unable to continue. Darshfield, and he's got a free kick off Gary Caldwell. The Rangers seeking to respond early in the second half to a wonder goal from Shunsuke Nakamura that has given Celtic an Old Firm advantage.
Certainly a great opportunity early in the second half to put a decent delivery in.
It is Davis to deliver, but it's safely collected by Artur Boruc. And not only that, he's put Aidan McGeady away. Scott McDonald. He's got away from Papac. Goal kick.
That was good defending in the end from Papac. That may be the problem for Rangers on that Celtic left-hand side now that Whittaker's further back and Broadfoot is off. Novo might get caught a little bit further forward, and that might just give Aidan McGeady some extra room.
Rangers are going to have to do something they haven't done very often lately, score at Celtic Park. Only 4 goals in their last 12 visits here. And they lost 9 of those 12. Stephen Whittaker has switched to right back, where we often saw him for Hibs. Here's Papac. Davis. Ferguson. McCulloch. Barry Robson putting himself about to great effect. Here is Wilson. McGeady. Shadowed by Novo. Sees him off. McGeady turning it on. Wilson. Met by Weir, but it comes to Hartley. Into the path of Nakamura. Hinkle overlapping. Davis trying to close down Nakamura. He has got the better of him. Davis eventually lost his way, but he has made a major impact since joining on loan from Fulham. Grew up supporting Rangers. McGeady. Wilson. McDonald. Barry Robson waiting. McDonald wants a goal though. And Barry Robson saying, why didn't you tee me up?
Well, it's just lovely football from Celtic. From right to left, spraying the passes around now. McGeady highly involved, Wilson already involved in the match. And McDonald has bought himself a yard or two. I'm sure that Celtic manager will be happy the way his team has started in this second half, quite similar to the first with the passing.
McGeady has to evade Novo. Caldwell. Carlos Cuellar, I fancy a bit of that, especially up against McDonald. Robson. A Rangers player as a boy. Christian Daly has caught him.
Well, it isn't often you see this, but the Rangers midfield just being bossed around at the moment. Barry Robson, Aidan McGeady, Hartley just sitting there. Nakamura coming into it as well. They're just in control.
A retribution from Daly there after he was clattered into in the opening minute. That's a decent cross. And McGeady trying to get to it. There's some delivery from Hinkle. And Jan Vennegoor of Hesseling gets a yellow card for that rather crude challenge.
Extremely crude. He knew it was coming. Well deserved. Novo was away. He slides out here. He's never going to get the ball.
The third yellow card that Kenny Clark has brandished today, but the recipient of one of them, Kurt Broadfoot, is no longer on the field. Christian Daly's free kick aimed towards Weir. Caldwell and Vennegoor Hesseling were both keeping an eye on him. Papac returns it. Down by Wilson to McGeady. Daly. Not much room to manoeuvre on Derby Day in Glasgow.
Certainly from the home side, doing a great job of pressing Rangers midfield. They're not getting any time on the ball at all. I think what Rangers have done to try and get men closer to D'Archeville is they've pushed Novo up slightly, and they've also pushed McCulloch up on the other side, just a little bit closer to the striker.
Darshville probably hoping for a corner out of that, but it wasn't forthcoming. Lee McCulloch. Davis and Caldwell's going to take no chances. Boric was coming out, but he knew that McCulloch was right behind him. Papac. McManus clears, and it's landed at the feet of Aidan McGeady. Daly takes over, and that's going to be a Rangers free kick. There might have been one earlier.
That was well refereed, just waiting to see how it was all going to turn out.
And Barry Robson has said something, and he's being warned for that show of dissent rather than for anything else.
The game has been refereed well so far. A few late tackles. Nothing too untoward though. It's been all good stuff.
It's Whittaker to take this one. Christian Daly was crowded out. Now McGeady. Celtic have got a few options here. That's not one of them though. Daly, away by Hinkle, but only to Papac. Darshville. Hinkle, tidy. Robson having to help that on his way. Christian Daly, won it fair. Whittaker now for Nacho Novo, and he's in some space. Isn't that just typical of Nacho Novo? Rangers respond, and that is a crushing blow for Celtic's title hopes, and it's a familiar scorer against them.
Oh, this is just spectacular. It really is. Nacho Novo, he gets a sniff at it. It's a lovely ball played through, but just look how much work he's got to do. Touch and hit right across Boric. The perfect position. Boric's angle's not quite right. He leaves too much of a space there, and that's enough of a space for Nacho Novo to get right through the ball. Perfect technique, right over the top of it, down in the ground. So difficult for a goalkeeper. It's his first sniff at goal, and what a substitution. Top class.
Well, there's a yellow card flashed at the dugout there in the aftermath of that goal, and we think it was flashed at Stephen Naismith. We'll find out more about that in a moment, but the important thing for Rangers is that they are level, and Nacho Novo has now got 50 goals for Rangers, and 6 of them have come against Celtic.
And you know something, what a difference a sub makes. Novo, on the end of that one, gets a goal back. And for me, Mark Wilson was at fault at left back. He thought he could win it, he stepped out, and he just left Novo in acres of space.
Stephen Naismith, who is a sub, got a yellow card for running on the pitch to celebrate that goal. A yellow card for a sub can only happen in an Old Firm game. Whittaker, Davis, and that's slipped away from Novo. We have seen 2 fabulous finishes tonight from Nakamura and Novo. Caldwell, and here is Scott McDonald, and there's a free kick being given, a bit of shirt tugging I think in the build-up. Alan McGregor seems to be struggling, and this could be very bad news for Rangers if that's a twist or something.
It might just have been when he went to the front post there to make that save from McDonald. He had to get down quickly, It was a superb save. He might just have twisted his left ankle. It's a lovely ball through. It's a wee tug from Jan Finnerhoff Hesselink. And just there, maybe his left ankle got trapped underneath his body as he went to the front post area. I think that's what it was. We'll just see it here. It's a great strike from McDonald. Volley hit. And just there, I think his body collapsed and dropped full weight on that ankle.
He was still able to kick the ball, but he is clearly toiling a little, and Rangers will certainly want him fit for what should be a remarkable run-in as they chase 4 trophies. McGregor, a little unfortunate really not to be nominated for the Scottish TFA Player of the Year award. Goalkeepers don't usually get a look in, mind you, do they? Although David James did in England. Whittaker. The Old Firm don't do draws very often. Plenty of time for this scoreline to change. Anything can happen, and it usually does on Derby Day in this city. Daly, D'Archeville, Ferguson. Gary Caldwell has seen that coming. Whittaker, sidestep McGeady, who's run into Wilson. Ferguson, Novo, disappointing. But Rangers fans will let him off that one. And here's why.
Well, just prior to the goal, the challenge from Daly on McDonald. The Celtic fans were looking for a free kick for. But just 8 seconds later, this happened. Absolutely clinical from Nacho Novo. He is a big-time player. And that's certainly a big-time goal.
Whittaker. Ferguson. And it's Tapachu's to his left. Christian Daly. Stephen Davis, tracked by Hartley, and Davis thought that Tapach was still where he was initially. Well, McGregor has been receiving a little bit of treatment for that ankle problem. It could be tested again here with a big kick.
What a big change that was from Walter Smith getting Novo on. I don't think Whittaker, had it been Broadfoot playing right back, would have been as far up the park as Nacho Novo was when he received that pass. Certainly couldn't have finished it any better, although we know that Whittaker can't do that.
Whittaker's challenge was timely and tasty. Novo. Ferguson. Hartley closes the door. Hartley and Ferguson being watched today by the Scotland manager George Burley. Never one to miss these occasions. And Gordon Smith alongside him. Played a few of these. Hinkle, Nakamura, Barry Robson. Christian Daly ensured he wasn't able to shoot. McGeady has lost it to the always tenacious and ever popular Novo.
You can see what a difference that's made. Obviously Walter Smith in the first half watching the game from the stand. You saw that his midfielders weren't getting close enough to Celtic's midfield. They weren't up the park enough, weren't close enough to D'Archeville. Craig Burley mentioned that at half-time, and that's been a big difference. Just able to close down the home side that bit quicker.
Celtic had it pretty much their own way in the first half. It was never likely to be a similar story, I guess, in the second. But they need to pick themselves up and dust themselves down and have another go for a goal. Wilson. Hartley. Nakamura. He floated it beautifully to Hinkle. And Venegor of Hesseling knocks it wide.
Well, I think Jan Venegor of Hesseling thinks he gets a nudge here from Quayla. It's a great ball in. Just how much contact is there? It's a lovely ball from Hinkle across. And you can see there is a touch, but I think it's after Jan Venegor gets his touch.
That goal from Nacho Nova, by the way, only the 5th that Celtic have conceded in the SPL here this season. They won't want to concede again. Nacho Nova securing a free kick as Celtic's frustrations increase.
It's an engrossing match now. You can see that it's going to be in that midfield area. Just who will get the upper hand over the next 25 minutes or so.
Cleared by McManus. Whittaker. Robson hacking that in Tampach's direction. McCullough. Papach. Nakamura. Carlos Quayla. Commanding figure all season until that particular moment. He's given Venegor and Hesseling a sniff. And it's just a throw.
There's nothing wrong with the tackle.
What will happen next at Celtic Park? Old Firm games, often a tale of the unexpected.
Well, it is obvious that Celtic aren't moving the ball as freely anymore. And at 1-1, it certainly suits Rangers. It's up to the home side to take it back to them again.
Celtic were knocked out of both cup competitions on their own ground this season. Rangers now want to knock them out of the title race. Barry Robson latches onto that though. He could put Hinkle in. He has. Hinkle with a bit of time. Robson! Venegor of Hesseling. And a great challenge from Carlos Quayla to snuff out that threat. Hinkle. Caldwell, dispatched by David Weir, and here's Darteville. The Old Firm locked together at 1-1. Aidan McGeady. Giving Whittaker plenty to think about, but he's lifted it over Alan McGregor, who's still struggling. He's still struggling.
Yeah, he is. Just a few steps back towards goal there for McGregor with McGeady's ball, and he was hobbling. Nacho Nova, you can see here, Mark Wilson. He banks on getting this one. Doesn't quite make the pass though, and then he's out of position. And from then on, it's all about Nacho Novo. There's only one place he can put that.
His 13th goal of the season, proving rather unlucky for Celtic. Two top draw goals in a top draw contest. Offside, Scott McDonald. A quarter of this enthralling encounter remaining.
Well, we thought at half-time it was up to Walter Smith to make a change, and he did do that. And I think now, give or take 5-10 minutes, it'll be down to Gordon Strachan. What will he do?
I'm sure we'll see Samaras sooner rather than later. Wilson. Robson. Stephen Davis inside his own box, making a telling contribution, as he has done since the day he arrived at the club he supported as a boy. Wilson going short in the end to McDonald. Nagora Hesselink. Nakamura. Nakamura! And handball! Penalty and a red card coming out here! It's a red card for Carlos Cuellar. It's a penalty for Celtic on a night of high drama.
Well, it's a lovely ball in. Finally found its way. It's Nakamura. And is that going in? Yes, it is. And that's why Cuellar does what he does. But has he handed this match to Celtic? He certainly handled the ball. He's had a great season. And he made that decision. Did he get it wrong?
Cuellar takes the long walk. And what a massive moment this is for Scott McDonald and for Celtic. You can feel the tension. Scott McDonald. It's saved by Alan McGregor. And McGregor's sensational season just goes on and on, even though he's hobbling, even though he's injured. He's foiled McDonald.
Well, what a drama. That is a great save. He just does enough to tip it on the post. Scott McDonald's hoping he'd go the wrong way. He didn't. That pretty much sums up his season.
Justice was not done. It stays 1-1, but hang on, here's Nagora Hesselink. Ooh, he nearly sneaked that through to McGeady.
Well, that's why I said, was it a gamble worth taking for Cuellar, because that ball was going in. And at the moment, that still hangs in the balance. And from this angle, we can see it is wide, but he virtually shows McGregor where he's going. But McGregor's still got a lot to do. And let's not forget, he has got a problem with that left ankle, which makes that save even better.
Celtic deflated, McGregor grimacing every time he kicks it. And I'm surprised they're not letting someone else take the goal kicks. No surprise that Georgios Samaras is going to come on for Gordon Strachan. More than capable of nicking a goal, and Celtic so urgently need one.
The big question is, does Gordon Strachan keep both his strikers on, as well as taking on Samaras? He hasn't done that yet this season. It'll be interesting to see if it's just like for like to stay with that 4-4-2. I think he's got a gamble.
McGeady's cross, and he's in there. McDonald. Well, ironically, Rangers were going to take Alan McGregor off, but he said he wanted to carry on. Whether he will be able to now, not so sure.
Well, I think at this point, the goalkeeper's going to have to make that decision. There's still big games to be played. It's been made.
Neil Alexander is about to make his SPL debut. He did play against Hibs in the Scottish Cup when McGregor was suspended.
Well, he goes down very quickly, but I think Scott McDonald virtually shows him here. You can see the angle of his body. You know he's going to go to the goalkeeper's left. and McGregor knew it.
There's so many vital games left for Rangers in, well, every competition. This is a real concern. Alan McGregor, and we hear the Rangers doctor has been hit by something, sadly. But well, McGregor looks like he's going to go off, but he has made, as usual, another colossal contribution to the Rangers' cause, saving that penalty. McGregor's game would appear to be over. Rangers will be hoping his season isn't over. A lengthy delay. Maybe McGregor has said that he doesn't want to go off. Again, he's been saying it for about the last 15 minutes.
That's not exactly the kind of game that you want your second choice goalkeeper coming on in. Certainly when your first choice has just made a save like that from a penalty.
Well, he is going to carry on. Sadly, there was a coin thrown there, which certainly made contact. And that's always shameful to see. Hop along McGregor, he's going to carry on. But he's not going to take the kicks. Maybe he shouldn't have been anyway. Georgios Samaras is going to come on for Barry Robson. Game over for Robson. And on comes Samaras. Celtic will be hoping that he can make another contribution on the goal-scoring front. He's made a few since joining on loan from Manchester City.
And Gordon Strachan has gambled. For the first time this season, he's gone 3.
Here is Samaras. And Vinicora Hesselink. Not the quickest, and Stephen Whittaker was able to get back. But Donald, who will be eager to make amends for failing to score from the spot.
Celtic want a tighter midfield 3. McGeady just coming in a little bit, picking up the ball there. Samaras is floating around the 2 strikers up front.
Celtic will be eager to find out how McGregor copes. They might be piling on top of him soon. He's got a free kick now.
Well, we would expect a few long high balls right on top of McGregor now. Although he's saying now he can't continue.
Well, it's been a bit of a long drawn-out saga, but surely they've got to bring Neil Alexander on. Another chance for Celtic. Nakamura takes it. Vinicora Hesselink on the header, but now he has to chase Ferguson. Darsheville is on his own, and Mark Wilson having to come across.
It certainly helps when you've got a full back like Mark Wilson with pace covering for you. I think having been strapped up a little bit, they wanted to give McGregor a chance, but it hasn't worked.
Well, he had the chance to go off, stayed on, and saved a penalty. Yep, that pretty much sums up Alan McGregor's season. But he is making way now. A crucial, vital save from Scott McDonald's penalty.
Yeah, it was a vital stop. And all credit to him, he got down. Strong left arm. Touches on the post. It's a big miss for Scott McDonald.
SPL debut then for Neil Alexander, who played in Scotland before for Livingston. Had some successful times there, headed to Wales and Cardiff, and then to England and Ipswich. Now he's back north of the border, and he's playing in an old firm game.
It's certainly not what Rangers want, to be down to a 4-4-1, but doesn't really change it too much for them. They can just dig in. We know they can defend well with that back four, but they'll have to be prepared for an onslaught now.
Celtic need to ask questions of the 10 men. Caldwell in, Vennegoor Hesseling. He went behind and away from Samaras, but here is Wilson. McGeady, Nakamura, Hinkle. Hinkle's cross, cleared by Whittaker. Stephen Davis, Nacho Novo. Carlos Cuellar sent off for handling on the line and denying Celtic a goal. And it turned out to be just about worth it, as Scott McDonald's penalty was saved by McGregor. Neil Alexander has to come for that. Samaras challenging him. Dundee United and Hibs are chasing a place in Europe, and we'll be with them Sunday at 1 on Setanta Sports 1. Just over 10 minutes remaining. It's been another gripping encounter in this famous fixture. Gary Caldwell. Nakamura. Caldwell now for McGeady. Stopped by Daly, but it's going to come to Wilson. And he rode the challenge of Whittaker and settles for a corner. Celtic gagging for a goal. Nakamura, and it was attacked by Stephen McManus. Goal kick.
Well, Rangers still very difficult to break down. Two banks of four in front of Alexander, and they know exactly what to do.
If it stays like this, the gap at the top will stay the same, 4 points. Celtic play Aberdeen here at the weekend. Rangers have a Scottish Cup semi against St Johnstone, so they will rack up another game in hand over their Glasgow rivals. They've still got to rearrange matches at St Mirren and Motherwell. Walter Smith making it hard for the SPL fixtures people by progressing in Europe and in the Scottish Cup. Kuzan's going to be on. The last fling. Samaras. Caldwell. Offside. Surely not Nakamura. Surely not.
Well, definitely not. I think McDonald, though. What should he be? Is it going into McDonald's area? Well, he gets close to it. That's what tilts it against Nakamura.
Whittaker. Marshall's about to be replaced by Kuzan. McManus taking no prisoners, and why should you in games like these? Rangers fans are down in that corner, adoring Nacho Novo. Novo winding everyone up as if anyone needed further winding up tonight. Off goes Darsfield then, on comes Daniel Kuzan, who's moved to Fulham broke down during the transfer window. He's recently returned from a broken jaw suffered against Werder Bremen. Nacho Novo geeing up the Rangers fans. I think they're fairly G'd up anyway. Even more so if the goal goes in here. Rangers not committing too many men forward. Novo's corner didn't reach anyone. Ferguson rattles it back in. Only 2 of the last 26 Old Firm games have been drawn. Celtic really cannot afford to draw. They have no room for error, no margin at all. 3 points are a must. And here they go looking for them. McGeady, Samaras charging in.
Oh yeah, again it's McGeady. He nips inside. Samaras just can't get his head to it. It's a lovely ball in again. Just can't make the contact, Samaras.
Just over 5 minutes to go. Picked on by Kuzan for Novo. Novo, he had a look up and saw absolutely no one in the box, so a throw will do.
Yeah, and credit to Rangers. Having got a man down, they haven't looked too troubled.
Whittaker and Davis. On a different wavelength.
If it remains like this, some result for Rangers. Very poor in the first half. Came out strongly in the second. Scored a great goal. They've had to defend against us then.
Celtic have won 13 games in the last 5 minutes of matches under Gordon Strachan. Time to do it again if they are to keep their title hopes alive. Hartley. Away by Whittaker, but only to Samaras. Blocked by Daly. McGeady! No crafty curler this time.
That's a difficult effort. Samaras has to go with his left foot first. Doesn't give McGeady much time to think about it.
Donald, Nakamura, Wilson. Rangers with 10 men. The draw would certainly suit them now, but it doesn't suit Celtic. Oh no, not at all. Ferguson. Novo. Cross came McGeady.
Well, Rangers are a team that we've seen so often this season. When they're up against it, they come good. If Celtic can't get in behind them, it's looking pretty easy for them to see this game out.
Full pass from Stephen Davis. They haven't uttered those words much. Samaras heading nowhere fast. And Kenny Clark having to separate Samaras and Ferguson. Samaras caught him as fouled, and Ferguson very evidently disagreed.
Ferguson was angry that he thought Samaras played for the free kick here. He's running it out. A poor touch just at the end there. And then, as you can see, just let himself go. And that's what Ferguson was unhappy about.
Two minutes of the 90 left. There might well be a fair few minutes added on. McGregor was down for a long time. Kuzan, Davis, Nova closing in on Wilson, Whittaker closing in on McGeady. Caldwell. Can Celtic save their season? Hinkle. Wilson. McGeady. Wilson can deliver. McCulloch was guarding Hinkle. Caldwell. McDonald closely watched by Davis. Caldwell. Scott McDonald isn't going to get to that, and it's slipping away from Celtic. Gordon Strachan may stop the run of 4 defeats in 4 against Walter Smith. But only with a point, and that's not enough really. But there's going to be, wait for this, 5 minutes of stoppage time. Just to add to the considerable tension, the intense suspense of an old firm game.
Well, how often have you seen this? How difficult it is to play against 10 men. There are the 5 minutes. And that's how long Celtic have got to keep their season alive.
Samaras, and that's going to drop for Alexander. Gordon Strachan won the title in his first 2 seasons in charge, a couple of cups as well, progress in the Champions League, but Walter Smith has totally transformed Rangers, who went 2 seasons without a trophy, and now they're getting greedy. They're after 4 as the seconds tick agonisingly away for those in green and white.
And 1-1 would undoubtedly be job done for Rangers under very difficult circumstances.
McGeady's clearance only goes to Ferguson. Now Papac. Boretz will claim that. He's rolled it to Hinkle. Samaras. Celtic, masters of a late goal or 2 under Gordon Strachan. They need another one now. Wilson, it's gone behind though.
I think McGeady made the wrong decision. He played in Wilson. I think he should have cut inside himself, knowing he has better delivery when he does that. And that's been the problem for Celtic in the last 15 minutes. They can't deliver. They can't get into positions that are difficult for Rangers to defend against, and then get good delivery in the box.
Kuzan's flip. Novo loses out to Wilson. McGeady. And Novo has thrown the ball away, and McGeady's having a little pop.
Yeah, it's got a little bit tetchy.
have done the same, and it'd be the other way around, mind you. Rangers don't need to win it. Celtic most definitely do. Wilson for Samaras. Caldwell. McDonald. Vennegoor of Hesselink! They've done it! Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink answers a Celtic SOS! Save all season! They are still in the title race! And yet again, it's a case of better late than never under Gordon Strachan, who looks like he's going to get the better of Walter Smith at last.
Well, never say never with Celtic. What a lovely dig pass this is from Caldwell. And McDonald finds himself a yard. It's a great header. And that is a priceless header from Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. Great teamwork in the box between the front two. And that's why they've scored so many goals this season. No chance for Alexander. But it's all the quality of that pass. The first time they've managed to get any kind of quality in the box in the last 15 minutes. And look what happens.
A stoppage time winner for Celtic. That sounds familiar. 1 minute, up to 5 added on remaining. Here's Kuzan though. Can Celtic close it out? Kuzan. Whittaker.
Well, that's real character, isn't it? How often have Celtic done this? Left it late. They kept trying to be adventurous. Very difficult against a solid Rangers side, but that's such a big goal for the big Dutchman.
Kuzan was held then by Vennegoor of Hesselink a little. Rangers fans had a moan and a groan. It's a free kick now, and there's a card coming out here for David Weir.
Well, Gordon Strachan did gamble, and we thought for a second that Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink would come off the park when Samaras went on. And that gamble has definitely, most definitely paid off.
Vennegoor of Hesselink has bailed out his strike partner, Scott McDonald, whose penalty was saved by Alan McGregor. A matter of seconds remaining. And everyone has gone through every emotion tonight. It's over. Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink has kept Gordon Strachan's season going. And Strachan has stopped the rot, and there's a bit of a scrap here in the aftermath, and Kenny Clark's going to have to sort this out. And it's all kicking off now. And I wonder if there might be more cards coming after the full-time whistle. What a night where Carlos Cuellar got a red card, Stephen Naismith was a sub, and even he got booked. And everyone's trying to calm it down. Good luck, because emotions run high and passions run high on Derby Day in Glasgow. And yet again, Celtic have scored a late winner. And it has just about kept them in with a shout of catching Rangers. They've still got a lot to do, make no mistake about that. But they needed to win this game, and they did. 14 times now under Gordon Strachan, Celtic have won games in the last few minutes of matches, and Scott McDonald, who had his penalty save, was rather relieved when Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink headed home after McDonald had set him up. Yet another epic Old Firm encounter. A quite extraordinary evening in Glasgow's East End. We'll be talking about this one until the next Old Firm game on Sunday week.